But now it's time for my favourite part of the show. It's time for John's Shamewell.
What was I thinking? Why did I say he had nice ankles? She was stood behind me the whole time. I didn't know he's only got one hand. I was signed in on her Gmail.
John's Shamewell.
Welcome to the Shamewell, folks. This is the place I come to read out your stories of embarrassment and shame with the hope that you will be relieved of that unnecessary emotional baggage after all these years. This week's entry is thus. John, I'm writing to see if you could unburden me of the shame and embarrassment that has lived with me for the past 28 years. I was around 14 and due to go on our school's annual French exchange trip. My teacher explained that there was a small issue with the boy-girl numbers between ourselves and the French school we were due to exchange with. He was therefore looking for volunteers to be partnered with a female French exchange pupil, quite unprecedented for such trips. I did a very good job of masking my obvious enthusiasm for this proposal and modestly accepted the challenge. I agreed to take one for the team and exchange with a French girl. All my teenage prayers were answered. She was gorgeous. I was 14 at the time, and as I'm sure we all remember, it's an awkward age, and after a week or so in France, the cool end of my wardrobe had been entirely exhausted. I took a gamble on a day when the French kids spent the day in school whilst the English went on a bus trip to a local chateau. The jumper I was wearing was okay, but it was hiding a dark secret underneath. A WWF Hulk Hogan t-shirt. The day passed without incident, and Hulk remained concealed beneath my jumper. When I returned to my partner's house, there was a very unexpected family gathering going on. The house was filled with random French people. I smiled and worked the room, but soon became conscious of the increased ambient temperature due to the large number of people around me. I must have started to sweat quite profusely, or look slightly red in the face, as it was not long before the gorgeous French girl's maman started to ask if I was feeling okay. I was fine. I was definitely too hot, but I wasn't going to take off my jumper and reveal Hulk Hogan. I told her everything was all right. I hadn't convinced her enough, and her maternal instinct kicked in, and it was not too long until she invited me into the kitchen for a follow-up chat. She decided to take my temperature, and very casually asked if I knew how to take my own temperature. No worries, I was able to reply. I'd been doing that since I was 5. She then passed me a very battered brown box containing the family thermometer. It's important to mention that it was not a new thermometer. I opened the box and popped it in my mouth. Her face dropped immediately, and she reached over and yanked it out of my mouth, shouting, "No, no, no!" She disappeared from the kitchen with the thermometer, leaving me very confused. Why did she run off like that? She returned within a few minutes holding a French-English dictionary. Holding the thermometer and reading very carefully, she looked me in the eyes and simply said, "Up your bottom." The reality of what I'd just done washed over me. I'd put a bottom thermometer in my mouth. Unfortunately, this was not the end of the shame. With the French lady now even more concerned about my health,
Oh my gosh.
she needed assurances that I didn't have a temperature. So Maman took me by the hand and led me to their upstairs bathroom. I'd been having issues with the bathroom all week anyway, as it had, in my opinion, an insufficiently frosted glass door and no lock. It was there that she left me with the thermometer. So, perched on the edge of the bath, I removed my jumper and dropped my trousers and underwear to my ankles. I leant forward slightly, thermometer in hand, and paused to consider a few things. How far in does the thermometer need to go?
Oh my god.
How long does it stay there? How can I take a reading from up here? And perhaps most importantly, why am I about to stick a thermometer up my bum when I'm not ill?
Oh my god.
It is then that everything came crumbling down. The gorgeous French girl walked into the bathroom. Not only did she see me squatting with a thermometer, she also saw the Hulk Hogan t-shirt in all its glory. Please rid me of my shame. What a catastrophic chain of events.
A twofold Shamewell, they're rare.
It's a triple in many ways.
Yes, it is a triple.
Who on earth has a bum thermometer in the post-war era?
Well, apart from vets.
Yeah.
When it works in the mouth, why would you go bum the first time you got the thermometer?
Maybe it's classed as being more accurate. I don't know.
I would feel very, very uncomfortable being asked to put a thermometer at my bum by the mother of a child I didn't know all the time in a language I didn't speak. I just cannot. I can't imagine how this would play out happily.
On my French exchange, I always remember there was a tile next to the toilet with something written on it in French. And I'm sure it was a toilet instruction. And I never asked what it said. So I think for the whole time I was there, I was using my traditional British toilet technique.
Yeah, wipe and scream.
Wipe and scream. But I have a feeling I was doing something wrong.
Yeah. Still, if you have a Shamewell you would like us to absolve you of, send it to ellisandjohn@bbc.co.uk.